That's just Azili. I am Bonte Hill. The defense tightened up down the stretch, but there's no doubt the big headline is what's going on with Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you never want to lose Steph Curry, especially not that way. The back is something that has been bothering him of late. And the Warriors just got Steph back, so you have to watch out for that. Steph is the guy who gets the offense going for the Warriors. Obviously, he's the guy this whole team's built around. So you just want to watch that, and you wait for the MRI and see what happens with Steph.
Yeah, that was a hard fall. All you can do now is hope and pray that Steph is healthy.
No doubt about that, as the Warriors won their 9th game in their last 10 tries. They improved to 7-1 in clutch games with Jimmy Butler aboard here. Now 16-2 overall with Jimmy Butler suits up here to defense down the stretch, because it was ugly offensively, including Jimmy Butler. He went 1 for 11 from the field in the 4th quarter, but the defense made all the right plays. Draymond Green, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler were timely blocked shots, and that's what saved them tonight against Toronto.
Well, Toronto dominated the paint tonight. 58 points in the paint to 30 for the Warriors. And the Warriors countered that from the three-point line. 19 threes. You got 6 threes from your big man couldn't post. You got 5 threes from Draymond Green, 3 from Brandon Pajemski, and they just kept firing from the three-point line. But to me, the biggest plays of the game were defensive. Jimmy Butler with a huge block at the end of the game. Jimmy is a winner. He tried to find a way. He had a triple-double tonight. Not the best shooting night for him, but he found a way to get his teammates going, and that ultimately got them the win.
Yeah, timely stops, because the Raptors did shoot 56% from the field, 42 from 3, but they got timely stops. That was an incredible block by Jimmy Butler at the end of the game there. And then the stat that they've really started to dominate is the points off turnovers. 30-18, a +12, and as Fezzi said, from the three-point line, they dominate. So the points off turnovers and made threes won this game for the Warriors.
Talk about made threes. How about Draymond Green going 5 of 14 from the three-point line, 21 points, 18 coming to the first half, and he stopped by with Fitz-Ibuki inside Chase.
Well, Draymond Green joins us courtside. 21 points, a gritty win. You guys did it with defense again. The mental toughness of this team was on display tonight.
Absolutely. They hit a lot of shots. They were moving around offensively, pressuring defensively. But we stayed the course. They went on their run in the 3rd quarter. We gave up another lead, but we found a way, and that's what's most important, to get this getaway game.
Talk about the range and your approach. Last game against the Bucks, you shut down Giannis. You only shoot it 6 times. That's what the game needed. Impact winning that way. Tonight, the 21 points, the 14 threes. That's what the game needed, plus your defense. Talk about your approach to these games, just diagnosing games. Whatever the game needs, you're willing to do it.
Just trying to be whatever I need to be for my team. If that's aggressive offensively, that's aggressive. The way they were guarding tonight, they were trying to take Steph away. They were muddying up the game, and they left me open. So I was going to shoot it till the wheels fall off. And, the other night, I didn't think, that it was a game that I necessarily needed to be aggressive offensively. I needed to focus more defensively. And, I think I did a good job of that tonight. Bringing what the team need on the offensive end, but it's whatever my team needs is what I'm going to do.
Now, Draymond, my favorite play is an odd one. You missed a corner 3, and you sprinted 94 feet and saved a layup on the other end. I couldn't believe 23 went that far. I thought someone else was back defensively, but it was you.
Well, I saw Baji take off, and I saw Shed look, and he thought it was open. So I didn't slow down, but I didn't want to give myself up and let him know that I was getting back. So as soon as he threw it, I sprinted a little bit faster and was able to get the steal.
But you've embraced leadership really your whole career, but just talk about the way you're talking to Quentin Post and the way you're talking to Buddy Hill at the end of the play, the leadership that goes into a game like this where you're trying to make all these little mental adjustments here and there. What are you saying to these guys during a tough game like this where you're just trying to get guys to keep their head, and Quentin Post with the play of the game, getting the crowd involved there? What'd you think about that?
Man, QP, Buddy, those guys, they've never had the opportunity to play at the highest level, and I know what lies ahead. And so I'm just trying to be a little tougher on these guys over the course of these last 12, 13 games so they know what's to come. We're going to need those guys. Both of those guys shoot the ball really well, so we're going to need them come down the stretch. But it's the little things that they have to understand. When you get into a playoff series, you can't have small mistakes. Like, you can't have game plan, discipline mistakes. And so I'm on those guys about that, as I know, in a few weeks, it gets really real.
You've had some great defensive tag team partners. You're the elite defender of your generation. I think of you and Bogut, but you and Jimmy Butler, the defensive chemistry and camaraderie and watching you two kind of run things, you got to be having fun on a personal level, having a tag team partner like that.
Absolutely. Just having someone that thinks the game like I do, and then obviously having the ability that Jimmy does, it's incredible. Him coming up with the block at the end of the game. He pointed straight to me. He said, I got you. I can do it too. You know, so just having another guy like that to where you don't feel like you need to have to cover up everything, it's amazing. Lucky he's helped take my game to another level, and I'm excited about it.
And talk about offensively for you guys. There was a really good ball screen play. Steph set one early in the game. Obviously, prayers up to Steph, first of all, for Steph. But the screening, you guys celebrating screening throughout the game. Obviously, offensively, kind of stagnant a little bit. But what are you looking for offensively with some of the screens, getting Jimmy Butler angles and you angles to the rim?
Well, they're top blocking. They're top blocking everything with Steph, which removes a defender. So if he gets a screen, it turns into a double screen. So it's just my job to make sure I run my man off of him tight so I can turn the corner. And then Jimmy, we want to get screens to get him downhill. There's not many players in the league that's as good getting downhill as Jimmy. And then also making the plays. Whether he's getting downhill to score, whether he's getting downhill making the plays for other people, it's great. So we need to continue to apply that pressure on the rim. And, you know, having Jimmy, it makes it a lot easier for us.
Hey, Draymond, you're always so generous with your time, man. Thanks for stopping. We really appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me, fellas.
All right, Draymond Green, 6-1 homestand. Draymond goes for 21 points. The defensive plays at the end by a bunch of different Warriors. The health of Steph Curry becomes paramount, and now it's time to go on the road for 6 straight. We'll talk to you from Atlanta.
All right, Draymond Green with his third 20-point game of the season and a season-high tying 5 made threes. He goes 5 of 14, and in the first half, the Warriors were really shooting the 3-ball well. Quentin posted Draymond Green 14 made threes. But in the second half, D's got a bit sloppy, especially in that third quarter. But the Warriors tightened up the defense in the fourth quarter to get the win and complete a 6-1 homestand. 5th time they've done that in franchise history, which was very important tonight, Fezzi.
Well, this was a very ugly win. But you take a win. At this point in the season, you just try to climb up the ranks, Bonte, and especially after losing Steph. I got to give the Warriors a lot of credit to be able to still grit it in way to get this win. Defensively, at the end of the game, they found ways to get stops. Emmanuel quickly was going crazy, coming off of ball screens, getting into the paint, finishing over the bigs. Big block by Jimmy Butler at the end of the game. Big steal by Moses Moody. I mean, just collectively, you can feel good about this performance down the stretch.
It's a gritty win because the Raptors shot 56% from the field, 40 from 3. So offensively, they had it going, but they got timely stops. And Draymond talked about that incredible block by Jimmy Butler. But on the flip side, they win the points off turnovers. The 3-point shot was really bailed them out. They made 19 to Toronto's 11. And then once again, the free throw. Yep. They were +7, 22 made free throws. So the hustle points, and again, finding another way to win without Steph. And also, when you're not on your A game offensively, it's really impressive.
All right, let's pick up the This is Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. The defense tightened up down the stretch, but there's no doubt the big headline is what's going on with Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you never want to lose Steph Curry, especially not that way. The back is something that has been bothering him of late. And the Warriors just got Steph back, so, you know, you have to watch out for that. Steph is the guy who gets the offense going for the Warriors. Obviously, he's the guy this whole team is built around. So you just want to watch that, and you wait for the MRI and see what happens with Steph.
Yeah, that was a hard fall. All you can do now is hope and pray that Steph is healthy.
No doubt about that. As the Warriors won their 9th game in their last 10 tries, they improved to 7-1 in clutch games with Jimmy Butler aboard here. Now 16-2 overall with Jimmy Butler suits up here to defense down the stretch because it was ugly offensively, including Jimmy Butler. He went 1 for 11 from the field in the fourth quarter, but the defense made all the right plays. Draymond Green, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler were timely blocked shots, and that's what saved them tonight against Toronto.
Well, Toronto dominated the paint tonight. 58 points in the paint to 30 for the Warriors. And the Warriors countered that from the 3-point line.